I continue to hear whispers of an impending wave of foreclosures echoing throughout the corridors of the real estate market, particularly on YouTube and other social media channels. Homeowners, investors, and industry professionals alike are casting anxious glances at the horizon, wondering if a storm is brewing. But is this concern grounded in reality, or is it merely the product of collective anxiety, a shared case of recency bias or wise anticipation of the next housing bubble? This video delves deep into the data, separating fact from fiction, to comprehensively analyze the current state of foreclosures in the housing market. Don't be anxious about what the future holds. Instead, study the data so you can be prepared for what's coming. Most of the data in today's report comes from ICE, or Black Knight, a leading provider of integrated software, data, and analytics solutions that facilitate and automate many of the business processes across the homeownership life cycle. We start our analysis of the U.S. housing market to find that home prices are growing again. In the majority of markets, we observe significant appreciation in home values. A smaller segment reports moderate growth, and a mere 3 markets indicate stagnant pricing. It's crucial to underscore that home prices are not experiencing a downturn. Historically, a prolonged period of depreciating home values precedes a surge in foreclosures. In the previous chart, it was evident that home prices were escalating rapidly. The current graph delineates the specific periods during the year when an upward movement in home prices can be anticipated. Upon examining the data for the recent month of August, it's evident that home prices surged at almost twice the historic average rate. It's worth reiterating that we usually anticipate pricing pressure to manifest before the onset of a significant wave of foreclosures. That is not what we're seeing here. This graph reveals the third successive month where home price growth regained momentum. This comes after a period earlier in the year when annual home price growth had nearly stagnated, and many started calling for a major market collapse. Nationally, prices have reached an unprecedented high for the 4th month in a row, registering a 2.5% increase over the peak seen in 2022, once seasonal adjustments are accounted for. It's significant to note that 2/3 of the primary markets have surpassed their earlier peak values. From the data presented in our report up to this point, there is no indication of a market downturn. Instead, there appears to be robust support for the sustained growth in home prices. If you're a longtime subscriber, then you know I often evaluate the concern for a foreclosure wave because it's a topic that is abused and misused by so many so-called real estate channels on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber, please click the thumbs up like button and subscribe now so that you get all my new content when it is fresh. If you really want to know what's going on in housing, to see and hear the data explained, to evaluate the facts, and ignore the hype that is so prevalent online, then subscribe now and I'll keep you in the know. This chart analyzes the supply and demand dynamic for residential properties in the U.S. The black line shows a 3.1 month supply of homes for sale. Historically, we have considered 6 months supply market equilibrium, where neither sellers nor buyers have an advantage in the market. Thus, 3.1 months of supply is considered a very strong seller's market. The months of supply of homes for sale is the best smoking gun to forecast a brewing foreclosure trend. When the months of supply soars, buyers control the market. Home prices decline and the possibility of a foreclosure crisis grows. Right now, we're seeing the opposite of that. This graph shows that most active mortgages have interest rates well below today's rate. The foreclosure crisis trajectory appears elusive due to the notably low interest rates prevalent among most U.S. borrowers and encouraging employment statistics. This graph illustrates that a significant majority of borrowers are benefiting from interest rates below 4% compared to those subjected to higher rates, and those are rates that most buyers are not going to walk away from. The final graph in today's analysis aims to decisively address and dispel any lingering concerns regarding an imminent foreclosure crisis. The chart presented delineates the national delinquency rate for first lien mortgages. The light green line represents the seasonal average observed from 2000 to 2005. In contrast, the thin black line marks the historical low. The dark teal line, most crucially, indicates the current delinquency rate. Observe our current position. The national delinquency rate is just above its lowest level ever. It stands substantially below the average of the 2000 to 2005 period and is merely a fraction, less than 1/3 of the rate witnessed during the last foreclosure crisis. There's no looming foreclosure crisis on the horizon. Those in the media suggesting otherwise are arguably more inclined towards sensationalism and garnering attention than they are towards responsible journalism and accurate reporting. Similar to other sectors, the real estate market dynamics are influenced by cyclical patterns, variable trends, and external factors. While apprehensions regarding a potential upswing in foreclosures are understandable, addressing these concerns with analytical rigor and emphasizing empirical evidence is imperative. Our comprehensive analysis underscores a current market scenario that starkly contrasts the precursors typically associated with a foreclosure crisis. Rather than witnessing a decline in home values, there's a discernible appreciation. In lieu of an oversaturated market with an abundance of homes for sale, most markets are characterized by housing shortages. Economically, instead of grappling with a sluggish job market, indicators point towards a robust employment landscape marked by low unemployment rates and consistent job growth. As we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of housing, let's remain vigilant, educated, and proactive, ensuring that our actions are based on facts rather than fears. If you want to see a video featuring my 9 tips for buying a home in a highly competitive market, you can view it by clicking on the box in the top left corner of your screen. To see a popular video featuring my top 6 home selling tips, just click on the box below it. Please remember to like this video, check out the links below it, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss anything.